You're stuck in a story when you allow your past pain to rob you of your present. Yes, it happened. Yes, it was and is painful. But if you allow it to consume you, it will rob you of a life that God wants to give you. Chris Hendrix. I'm Stephen Middleton, coming to you from the Possibility Action Network. Our core values include I am, I can, and I will. I am Possibility Man. Today, I want to share on the theme, Stuck in a Story, the Past. But first, a reminder. If you have not traveled over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I invite you to do so today. Pass the word. Ask your friends and associates to subscribe to the Possibility Action Network. Together, we'll see what we can create in this life of ours. Now back to our share, Stuck in a Story, the Past. Let me share this with you. This theme, this share, has been in the queue in my shares for social media for a few weeks now. I was reluctant to talk about this subject. You know, my attitude was, well, let someone else talk about it. Let someone else share on this topic. I realize that it's important. And I also realized that the theme was given to me, but I was reluctant to talk about it. You know, when people come out here and make videos and share on social media, you know, we want to look good. We want to put on our best outfits. You know, we want to show everyone how successful we are, how pretty we are if you're a woman, or how handsome you are as if you are a man. I looked at this subject about 40 minutes ago, and again I said, no, I cannot, I will not talk about this subject, stuck in a story, the past. And then as I continued my business on the internet, I came upon the story about Cheslie Kryst. Some of you may know that name, some of you may not. But let me share this with you. Cheslie Kryst had earned an MBA degree. That's a Master's of Business Administration, if you're not clear about that. She had also earned a law degree and passed the bar in the state where she lived. That's at least 4 years of education, 3 years of law school, plus perhaps even a year preparing for the bar examination. She had landed a job as a reporter on an entertainment channel in the United States. In addition to this, Cheslie Kryst had won the Miss USA title. She was a beauty queen. She had participated in several other pageants leading up to Miss America. Cheslie was a beautiful young lady. Cheslie was a smart young lady. But even though she was beautiful, she was smart, and she had gotten certifications from others about how wonderful she was, Cheslie Kryst took her life on Sunday, January 30th. When I saw that, I thought, I have to talk about this. I cannot stall on this subject any longer. We all should be talking about this, about stuck in a story, the past. Now, let me also say this. Later on today, I'll be interviewing a specialist who works on the subject of trauma and resilience. So we'll have further conversations about this, but I want to engage this conversation now. I urge you to talk to people that you care about, to talk to people in your circle about depression, about trauma, about anxiety, about the kinds of things that may pull a person down. Now, I'm not an expert on this subject, and I will not pretend to be, but I am 68 years old, so I have lived life. I have some life experience. So what do I know then about stuck in a story? It is usually about the past. What I've learned is that it's possible for a human being to believe in something that's not true. That a human being, the way we're wired, the way we're made, the way our brain works, the way our chemistry flows in our body, the way the electrical currents run through our body, we are wired to allow ourselves to believe in something that's not true. And when you believe in something that's not true, it's usually, I would say 99.9% of the time, it's about the past. The past really is a dangerous place for a person to live. The past is a dangerous place for a person to come from in this thing we call life. The past blurs an individual's vision. The past disallows an individual to see his self-worth. It disallows a person to see her self-worth. Now, of course, I am not suggesting that all past stories are bad. But when we get stuck on the past, it's usually about a painful story. We don't get stuck on our good stories. Sometimes we don't remember our good stories from moment to moment. A painful story of the past is usually a lie. It's usually not true. A painful story about the past is contrary to our true identity. It's contrary to who we are, because we are more than what we see when we look in the mirror. But when we get stuck on a story, the story of the past, we can't see it. We can't feel it. We can't experience it, because in that moment, we are blinded by the truth. Being stuck on the past, as I've said before, as a layman, it includes biology. It includes the chemicals in our bodies. It includes the electrical side of us. And there, one can be stuck on the past. If you're not careful, if you speak to the wrong type of individual, I would say weak-minded individuals who are innocent in this, they may be enrolled in your painful stories of the past. They may not be able to see past your painful story. So you cannot rely on everyone to see your best, to see you as you are, to believe in you, to stand with you, and to nurture you. Sydney Banks says that it's possible for an individual to feel his thinking, that we're feeling the pain of the past, which opens up the possibility that if we can find a better place to come from, find a better thinking place, that we could feel better in a moment. In fact, everyone, according to the philosopher Sydney Banks, is only a 90-second away from their mental health, from their emotional health, from their feelings of wellness. That a person, in just the blink of an eye, can switch from being depressed, feeling their trauma, feeling their hurtful past, to switching to a light bulb moment, recognizing their value and recognizing their self-worth. Sometimes it takes a caring person, it takes a loving person to help us see our value until we can see it for ourselves. So where this habit of being stuck in the past comes from my living experience, I would say it may come from trauma. It may come from a traumatic event in a person's life. It may come from a child when he or she was in the crib and her parent, mother or father, being stressed out by the cares of this world, yelling at the child repeatedly. And the child's body chemistry, the child's emotional chemistry picks it up. Depression, anxiety, social phobia, all grow out of this feeling of a traumatic past or a traumatic event. Where does this come from? It also comes from a culture that breeds fear. And this fear can come from a number of different angles. It could be as simple as the fear of the dark and someone telling a child, grow up, don't be afraid of the dark, as if just saying that would allow a child to just snap out of it. Yeah, it may come from that. Someone who is telling a person who's stuck in a story, snap out of it, as if they can barely snap out of it. Trauma, fear, all what breeds this notion of a poor self-image. That a person then who believes a lie would believe the lie that they're worthless. They may believe the lie that they're no good. They may believe the lie that things will not change. They may believe the lie that they're flawed. The teacher and coach, Tony Robbins, says that lie can become an individual's emotional home. When that feeling of helplessness, that feeling of hopelessness becomes so familiar, you're home there. But I want to say that change is possible, that no one has to be stuck in a painful past, to be stuck in a story. Now remember, at the beginning of this, I said that I wanted to avoid talking about this subject. It was in my queue for a few weeks now. I saw it this morning and I shut the file and I said, I will not speak about that subject. And then I read the story about this smart, well-educated, beautiful young lady of only 30 years of age, Chesley Christ, who took her own life. I know nothing about Chesley Christ. I know nothing about the backstory, about how she was feeling. But I know this. You are a human being. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, and you are in company of other human beings. You are in the company of children. You are in the company of people. In fact, you're in the company of pets, because pets also can be traumatized. I ask you, I beg you, I implore you to show love to someone today. to show love to someone other than a member of your family. And if you have not shown love to someone in your family, I implore you to show love to someone today. Now, I'm not talking about the make a deal love. I love you if you do this. I love you if you make me look good. I'm talking about that love that has no conditions. Well, today then, I wanted to stir the pot about this being stuck in a story, and the only way that I know to be stuck in a story is to consider the past, and it's usually a painful past. Next time I talk about this subject, I want to look toward transformation. I want to dig around to see whether transformation is possible for individuals who have experienced things that they just feel that they just cannot shake. Once again, Chesley Christ persuaded me to talk about this after learning again about her death just yesterday, January 30th. I'm Stephen Middleton, coming to you from the Possibility Action Network. Our core values include I am, I can, and I will. I am Possibility Man. Until next time, good day